Okay, so think about any huge business you know. It's kind of like a super complex machine, right? Well, today we're going to pop the hood and look at the 4 essential engines that make it run, from marketing all the way to finance. Let's get into it. You know that new video game you've been playing? Ever stop and wonder how it actually gets made? It doesn't just magically appear, that's for sure. It's the result of a massive team effort, a journey through all these different specialized parts of a company. And today, we're going to follow that journey, step by step. And that's the big idea we're going to unpack today. A successful business is a system. For your IGCSE exams, you absolutely have to know these 4 key functions, or engines that drive it forward. So let's break down each one. All right, so where does the journey of our new video game actually kick off? You might think it's with a programmer or an artist, but nope. It all starts right here with the marketing department. You can think of them as the scouts, the eyes and ears of the business, figuring out what in the world people actually want to play. And wow, just look at this list. Their job is huge. It's so much more than just making cool posters or TV ads. Marketing handles the whole shebang, from the initial idea and how much it should cost, all the way to promotion and even dealing with customer feedback after the game is out. Everything, and I mean everything, kicks off with market research. And by the way, this is a huge one for your exams, so listen up. This is basically the detective work. Before a single line of code is written, before an artist draws a character, marketing is out there gathering intel, finding out what players really want. And boom, the result is something like this. A super clear target. It's not a guess anymore, it's a mission based on actual data. And that information, well, that's pure gold for the rest of the company. Okay, so marketing has done its homework and they've got this amazing idea. But an idea is just an idea, right? Who's going to actually build the thing? Well, that's the job of the production department. This is where the vision becomes reality. Now, if we were making, say, a car, this department would be the factory floor. But for our video game, it's the studio, the place filled with developers, artists, and sound designers. Their job is to actually build the game, make sure it's amazing, and manage all the bits and pieces needed to get it done. And here we go, another keyword you absolutely 100% need to know for your IGCSE: quality control. Just imagine buying a new game and it crashes every 5 minutes. Total disaster, right? Well, quality control is the process that stops that from happening. It's all about finding and squashing those bugs before they ever get to you. That's right. In the gaming world, this means there's literally a team of people whose job it is to play the game for hundreds, even thousands of hours, trying to break it in every way possible. They find every glitch, every bug, so the developers can fix it. It's a tough job, but it's what ensures you get a polished, amazing final product. Great, so we've got the plan for marketing, and we've got the production team ready to build. But who are these people? I mean, who actually does all this work? Answering that question brings us to our third department, human resources. Well, that's where the human resources department, or HR, comes in. Think of them as the ultimate team builders. They don't write the code and they don't design the ads, but without them, you wouldn't have a team to do any of it. They're in charge of hiring, training, and just generally making sure everyone is happy, safe, and looked after. And within HR, you've got this super important process called recruitment. Seriously, make a note of this one. It comes up all the time in IGCSE business. It's the official process of finding people, interviewing them, and then hiring the absolute best person for the job. So, bringing it back to our video game, HR's job is to go out and find the absolute best of the best, the most talented coders, the most creative artists, the most brilliant storytellers. They're the ones who assemble the dream team needed to build an incredible blockbuster game. All right, let's pause for a second and see if you're getting this. Here's a quick question, and it's straight out of your textbook from the JCAG case study. A customer calls up and wants to know the price of a new air conditioner. Who do they talk to? Think about it. Yes, if you were thinking marketing, you absolutely nailed it. Remember that big list of responsibilities we saw? Pricing and customer service were right on there. See, it's all starting to connect now. Okay, let's recap. We have an idea, we have a product being built, and we have a team. But how is all this getting paid for? There's a huge piece of the puzzle still missing, the money. And that brings us to our fourth and final department, finance. You can think of the finance department as the financial brain of the whole operation. They are tracking every single penny that comes in and every single penny that goes out.
They make sure people get their paychecks, they plan for the future, and at the end of the day, they're the ones who can tell you if the business is actually making any money.
And that brings us to our last key exam term for today, the budget. A budget is basically a financial plan, or you could think of it as an allowance. It's a set amount of money that each department gets to spend to make sure the whole company doesn't just run out of cash. So for our game, the finance department might walk over to the production team and say, all right, guys, you have $50 million to make this game. That's it. Not a penny more. Make it work. This forces everyone to be smart and efficient with their resources.
Okay, so we've met all four departments, the four big engines of our business machine. But here is probably the most important thing you need to remember for your exams. None of them can do it alone. They are all connected. They have to work together to win. And this right here, this is a perfect example of what happens when things go wrong, when those departments aren't talking to each other. This is from the Jack A. case study again. Production needs to hire better people to keep the quality high, but finance is worried about spending too much money. It's a classic conflict, and if they can't work it out together, the whole business could fail.
So let's put it all together. Here's the journey, the winning formula for our video game. It's like a relay race. Marketing gets the idea, then passes the baton to production to build it. HR makes sure they have the right team for the job, and all along the way, finance is funding the race and counting the score. You need every single one. All right, I'm going to leave you with one final thought, a real exam-style question to chew on. You know they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, right? So if a business had a major weakness in just one of these four departments, which one do you think would cause it to fail the fastest, and why? Thinking that through and justifying your answer is exactly what will get you top marks. Thanks for tuning in.